Hi everyone, welcome back to another Girl Crush series. Last time we talked about Parent Trap 2. That was from 1986, and we talked about my crush on Bridget Anderson in that movie. And don't you worry, I also had crushes in Parent Trap 3. We're going to talk about the Creel Triplets today. This movie is from 1989, and it was a made-for-TV movie just like Parent Trap 2 was, both Disney. Something I keep forgetting to tell you guys is that on these Girl Crush videos, we're going in order. You're smart. You probably figured that out. We started with 1984 and my crushes on like Punky Brewster and then the one from Kate and Allie. Thank you for the love on that video, by the way. And so now we're up to 1989. And so at this point, I'm only like 10 years old when this movie came out, and I absolutely loved it. And just in case you guys were wondering, I wasn't really questioning my sexuality at all, even though I had all of these girl crushes. I'm not even sure I knew what that meant. Real quick, some interesting symbolism here. This is pretty common, but this one right here, she has stripes on and is doing, the symbolism by the eyes, so that's a little suspect. But like I was saying, I didn't question my sexuality at all, even though I was having like, these little girl crushes, because something I haven't told you is that in 1983, from 1983, this is my boyfriend, and like honestly, it still is. So, even though Michael was like tweezing his eyebrows and smiling a lot, and later on was wearing a lot of makeup, I never questioned my sexuality because that's a real man, right? Please. Okay, so let's move on. This is just like a forever boyfriend picture, right? Okay, let's get into the Creel triplets. Now, maybe you've never heard of the Creel triplets because they weren't like super famous. They were in this movie. I think that may have been their like biggest thing, the Parent Trap 3, but obviously they're identical sisters, air quote sisters, Leanna, Monica, and Joy Creel. And there's kind of some BS story about how they met a friend's agent in high school, but come on, guys, we know the backstories are usually fake. This picture is so fantastic. This is from like a Teen Beat magazine. I just found this online, but here, it's showing the Creel sisters, Joy, Leanne, and Monica. One of them I never particularly cared for, and this picture, it's kind of harder to tell, but I think it was Joy, just wasn't my favorite. We're going to focus today on Leanne Creel. I think later on it's Liana. And then this is Monica Creel. But yeah, they do look an awfully lot alike. But these two I just kind of liked better. I don't know why. I know why you guys are here, so let's get into the transvestigation. This is one of my favorite scenes from Parent Trap 3, and by the way, so many of their photos are like either blurry or in black and white. I mean, it was 1989. I don't know why the quality of stuff is so bad, but this is actually a still from the movie, and it's so fun. This is one of my favorite scenes where this is actually Leanne who plays Lisa, and she switches places just like in the other Parent Trap movies, like everybody's always switching places. And Haley Mills is in this one too. But this is her sister, Jessica, I believe, and she's going out on a date with her boyfriend, and like they switch places, and it's a very funny scene. But this movie is great if you've never seen it. Like the late 80s, early 90s hair and clothes. Like it's just the best. I love it. This is a shot from the next movie, which was the Parent Trap Hawaiian Honeymoon. The like Parent Trap 3 is way better than this movie in my opinion. But anyways, let's get into this transvestigation. We're going to focus on Leanne, who plays Lisa, and you might recognize her from Saved by the Bell. This one did a little more acting than these two. Let's talk about their bodies real quick. You can see like the straight across clavicles there. They have like long arms, and this one was like not one of my favorites. I always was like side eyeing their jaws. in these movies. But besides that, like at first glance, like they look like cute girls, right? Right? At least when I was little, that was the case. But okay, let's get better pictures of their full like bodies. Here's Liana Creel, the one we're focusing on. You can kind of see like if it weren't for like the big hair and the bangs, um, they have like, it's like a bigger skull and like a forehead that slopes back. And I've got another picture to show you of that. But the big hair, the big earrings, it kind of masks a lot. But I really wanted you to see the one here in the middle. We saw her straight across clavicles in that last picture, but broad shoulders, and she's wearing that little top, but like look how much wider the shoulders are than the hips. There's like they have no hips, any of them. This one always seemed kind of masculine to me, and just different. I did not like this one. These look like they're when you go for acting jobs, what do they call that, like a headshot or whatever, and it's triplets, so they have this compilation here, but here we have the chin and the hands, and we've seen that with the Aleister Crowley. Usually it's the two hands, but here we have one hand. I hope I explained well enough who these people are. Besides Parent Trap 3, they also did a few guest appearances. One was on Growing Pains. It was two of the sisters were like did like a cheerleading thing. I cannot find that to save my life on YouTube or anything. And they also were on, the three of them were on My Two Dads. Remember that show? I have it pulled up to show you, and there are some, you guys aren't going to want to miss that part. So, anyways, here is Liana Creel, and I think she like must have dated Kurt Cameron, or they went out on a couple of dates or something, but I've got more photos of them to show you. But check out the straight across protruding collarbone here. And yeah, something that always looked like a little funny about their jaws to me. Here's one of her and Kirk Cameron, and there's a better shot of that, like really like kind of like a large skull and sloping back forehead, and the jaw here. Besides that, it's like a pretty picture. Like I thought this was a pretty person, um, but there's a lot of signs that are telling us, what's going on here. And it's Getty Images, and in every picture, Kirk Cameron looks like way more girly, where he's got like the vertical forehead and like daintier features and like the smaller mouth. Here, I'll show you this next one. I've got a few more photos of them, and at first glance, it's like a very cute photo. But I want you guys to notice, like who has like the softer, like female appearance. Like look at Kirk's, like feminine, close together eyes and tiny little mouth and dental arch, and like he just looks like way more girlier, and the male to females always have like a more severe appearance, but that is a particularly cute picture. I love that big hair with the bangs look of the late 80s, early 90s. So zero hate. It's a cute photo, but you know yeah, here's one I wanted you guys to see. This one shows like the really long, masculine looking arm. I like to say they're like the arms are like dragging on the ground. That's how long they are. Straight across collarbones. Definitely looks more masculine. Sorry, that shot's a little more blurry. And where Kirk has like the softer female appearance. In my opinion, this is all just speculation, right? Here's from a different angle where you can see like the long arm and everything. All right, guys, for whatever reason, I really liked Liana Creel in Parent Trap 3, but I did not care for Tori Scott, the character on Saved by the Bell. What about you guys? Maybe because by this time it was like close to the end of Saved by the Bell, so this is probably like 93 ish. I'm not looking up the exact year, but it's definitely a few years later, and she's looking more of like a man, right? Like I want you to ignore the big bangs. Look at the hairline and skull. Like look at how that's just so masculine up there. it's like a longer face now. But her character on this show was just so butch. Tori Scott was just very butch. And here we can see no hips and big broad shoulders and the protruding collarbones. So I feel like by this time we have a grown ass man. And Tori was very I won't say like tomboyish, but rough and tough. Was always wearing that leather jacket, red and black here. I don't ever remember her wearing anything other than that leather jacket. But here they have the bangs, maybe to going straight across now, maybe to hide how long the face got. But Tori Scott replaced Kelly Kapowski, who, in case you're wondering, is one of my girl crushes and probably one of yours too. Don't lie. We all loved Kelly Kapowski. And I just didn't really care for this character anywhere near as much as, the one played by Tiffany Amber Thiessen. So I held that grudge, even though I liked Liana Creel. Tori Scott on Saved by the Bell was just like kind of a no-go for me. I hated the character. I did not hate her. I did not like the Tori Scott character. And we could probably do a whole other transvestigation on Saved by the Bell right now. Check out Zach Morris's girly face, oval shaped face, vertical forehead, feminine, close together eyes, small mouth, high ears. I mean, girly girl. It's so funny to me. I always like the girl characters. Like, I did not watch the show for Zach or anybody else. I like Kelly Kapowski. We'll get into that as another girl crush. But if you were a girl and you liked Zach, you were actually attracted to a girl, where I feel like at least I was attracted to actual boys, right? it's so messy. Like, this whole thing is so messy, and the whole point of my series is they cause so much sexual confusion, and obviously, like, no judgment here at all, but the reason I feel I am able to make this series and talk about it is they are really messing with young minds and your sexuality without you knowing it. And that is not okay. So I feel like this series is very important. Important. That's a new word. This series is very important to point that out because anytime you turn on the TV, you are being brainwashed by, this whole transgender thing. So this is an actual real thing, and it's very important, okay? Here's another very masculine looking headshot situation. It's Joy, Monica, and Liana in the back looking like an 80s hair band. It looks like an 80s hair band, but they're actual guys. Yeah, another. I told you the quality of their photos are all so bad. Here's where else I get confused. Spoiler, that's Liana Creel on the left, and she has come out as a lesbian, and I think this is her wife. But here's where I get confused. If you're actually a boy, born a boy, you lived wife, I cannot talk worth anything today. You lived your life as a woman, but you're not a biological woman, but I don't know, that's going to trigger some people. Are you a lesbian, or are you just like, are you a gay male attracted to other females? So, like, is she straight? Like, if that was a man, we're hypothetically speaking here, if that's a man and she's attracted to women, then you're straight, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think. To me, it's like a very confusing thing, but this is her significant other. Bring back the big hair and the bangs, Liana. I love that look. But anyways, here's a kind of cool shot like then and now, and to me, like, she actually looks exactly the same. It's just the lack of hair and makeup. But yeah, take a look here at the forehead and like the big jaw and everything. At first glance, like I just feel like Leanna Creel is so cute. Like they were adorable on the Parent Trap 3, in my opinion. But now that we know what we know, it's hard not to go back and take a look and see what we actually have. All of the Creel triplets have an IMDb page where you can go through and look at more photos. I can't remember if I showed this one. I don't think I did. There's a good picture of those are male protruding straight across clavicle collarbones. And check out the neck situation here in this one. And that's like a very boyish look. And that's like a definitely girly look, right? All right, guys. Tubi is winning me over. Things I can't find anywhere else, I'm finding on Tubi. They have all 3 seasons of My Two Dads, and we're going to talk about this show at another time. I did not have a girl crush in this show, even though like I liked the main character, but it wasn't like a girl crush. We've got to talk about this show. But you've got to see the way they look in this episode. It's called Basket Case, and it's all about this girls' basketball team. And I forget, was the girl's name Nicole in My Two Dads? I think so. It's all about the girls' basketball team, and it is like the manliest thing I'm going to show you in this whole video. The girls' basketball coach is a total tranny. It's ridiculous. Flat back. Oof. Check out the Adam's apple there. Big broad shoulders. That one looks a little more feminine, but check this out. Look at the arms and the way it's standing. The same over here. Oh my gosh, guys, we were so duped. Do you remember this character on not Saved by the Bell? What is this? My Two Dads? Wasn't that like the principal or something? Such a man. Video on this whole show coming soon. You have to look at the bodies, how they're standing. In Parent Trap 3, they were always dressed very girly and feminine, but now that you see they're in these like gym uniforms, like look at the bodies on them. Like masculine bodies on them. Look the way they're standing. Here is the daughter of the My Two Dads. And that's her friend. Not the most feminine looking thing either, huh? I wish I could play the actual show for you guys, but these arms are so long. See that? Shoulders are, all broad and everything. Here's another oh my god, here's another view. It just gets worse as you go down the line here. And their name is the Joeys. That probably is meaningful too. But yeah, look at the that yellow line is getting in the way, but like look at these male stances. Do you know any girl that stands like that? Come on. Oh, which video was it where I was showing you? As something, I think it was like musicians, where all the females were standing with their legs spread apart like that to mask and cover the fact that the shoulders are way wider than their hips. They stand like that a lot. And when they don't, now they have this one at an angle. That's strategic too, so we don't see those big shoulders. This is from Parent Trap 3, and I'm just going to show you some stills, and then we will wrap this video up. Liana wears stripes a lot in this movie, so there's the black and white stripes for duality. I know this is kind of fuzzy. Some ninja posted this movie on BitChute. This movie is very hard to find for some reason. I still have a very old, like when I taped it from TV. So I have a VHS tape when it was on TV. But I wanted you guys to see the shoulders here and how there's no hips. We've been seeing that throughout. But with the stripes, it just seems like even more emphasized. That was another good shot of the shoulders and the hips. But thank you guys so much for watching. This movie, for some reason, Disney has released part 1 and 2 on DVD, like the second one, Parent Trap 2 from 1986, but they will not release this one or the Hawaiian Honeymoon on like anywhere. I don't understand why. This is a really cute movie. I highly recommend it. But I want to thank you guys for watching another one of my Girl Crush series. We definitely have more down the line. And hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be live streaming at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, viewer request. And I also have a major game announcement that we're going to play, and we'll have a lot of fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye. If you've heard of the Creel triplets, let me know in the comments below. Bye.